Have you ever wondered why some women capture men to the point of unforgettable obsession, while others, despite their best efforts, seem to fade into invisibility? It's not because they lack appeal. There exists a profound feminine power that most never tap into, and it is this power that acts as an intoxicating charm at the level of the unconscious mind. According to Carl Jung, every true connection between two people stems not from words or actions, but from a collision of souls that awakens ancient unconscious forces within them. When a woman unwittingly shows this type of woman, she becomes the very thing a man has always yearned to find, though he cannot name it. In simple terms, men are not addicted to you. They are addicted to the feeling you create. A woman who is both familiar and mysterious, tender yet indifferent, present yet unattainable. She is a spiritual storm from which a man cannot escape. In this video, I will reveal the 7 secret layers of feminine power capable of awakening primal obsession in a man's mind, not through appearances, but through the depths of your inner self. Some of these layers may shock you as you've lived with them without ever realizing it. Stay until the end, for the final secret will not only make him obsessed, but may also lead you to see yourself in an entirely new light. The anima and the awakening of primal feelings. Number 1. The anima and the awakening of primal feelings. Within every man's soul resides an image of a woman he cannot put into words. It does not come from the women he meets in real life, but from within him, from the unconscious, from myths, from ancestral experiences passed down through thousands of generations. Carl Jung called this the anima, the inner feminine image dwelling in a man's heart and mind, an inseparable part of his being. The anima is not the perfect woman shaped by society's rules. It is not necessarily like his mother, an ex-lover, or any specific type. The anima is a mix of emotions, images, and intuitions that a man craves but does not possess. Softness, emotional depth, sacredness, and mystery. When a woman enters his life and unknowingly activates these emotional layers without reason, he feels pulled to her like a primal force he cannot understand. This is the awakening of a man's deepest self, where reason holds no sway, where logic cannot intervene, and because it is beyond his control, it becomes an obsession. Jung said that when the anima is activated, a man no longer sees a woman as a mere individual. She becomes a symbol, and because of this, he does not simply love her. He craves her as if searching for himself. The anima often shows itself through women with emotional depth, a spirit that flows freely, and a quality that is hard to pin down. They are not always gentle or always fierce. They shift like water, at times still, appearing calm, but with the slightest breeze, the entire surface ripples and reflects an unexpected light. She can be tender in one moment, deep in the next, then suddenly sharp and bold without warning. Unpredictable, not because she hides herself, but because she lives truly in every layer of her emotions. Like water, she can become mist, ice, or rain. She is every version of herself, and none of them are false. She does not fear showing her sensitive side, but never loses her independence. She does not chase men because she is too busy living a rich inner world that men can only hope to step into, never possess. Jung believed that if a man does not understand the anima within himself, he risks falling into confusion, obsession, or making her too perfect. He may think he is madly in love, but in truth, he is chasing a picture of his own inner shadow reflected through the woman before him. This is why some relationships are intense and magnetic, but also chaotic and painful, because the man does not love the real woman, but the image within himself that she activates. The anima is not awakened by trying to be what others want. Thus, a woman does not need to know these theories to touch the anima. She only needs to live truly, not changing herself to fit society's mold, not hiding, not obeying. It is her completeness, complexity, and differences that spark the deepest primal obsession in men. So the great question is, how can a woman reach the anima without knowing the concept? How can she awaken those primal feelings without tricks? The answer lies in the 7 feminine secrets I will reveal next. Before we begin, thank you for choosing us among the countless options out there. Your presence is a great encouragement in our journey to bring Carl Jung's deep insights to more people. So please like and share this video to spread these lessons to your loved ones and friends, or leave a comment saying, "I'm ready to start this journey together." Secret number 1, the power of emotional contrast. There is a simple truth, yet rarely recognized truth. Men are not addicted to you as a person. They are addicted to the feelings you stir within them. And those feelings do not come from being cute or sensual, nor from always being kind, accommodating, or well-behaved. They arise from emotional movement, something that leaves him confused, alive, interested, and unable to look away. This is emotional contrast, a powerful psychological idea rarely taught anywhere. It is not a tactic, it is instinct. It is how you create a peak and then fall silent. It is how you make him laugh and then leave a pause that makes him want to know you more. It is how you shift from bright to thoughtful, from tender to candid, from warm to proud, without contradiction. Carl Jung once said, "The meeting of 2 personalities is like the contact of 2 chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are changed. But for that reaction to occur, there must be an emotional charge. Emotional contrast is that charge. Like touching a live wire, it jolts you. A woman who shows only one emotional tone, always gentle, always positive, always cute, will soon become forgettable. But a woman who dares to live fully in all her emotional shades makes a man want to explore her because he never feels he has fully understood her. Psychological research shows that contrasting and unexpected emotions are potent triggers for dopamine release, the chemical responsible for excitement, desire, and attachment. The moments of "she's not what I expected" are when he is most drawn in. This is the same way people become addicted to games, movies, or relationships. Not because they are always pleasant, but because they are never the same and always offer a challenge to explore. Imagine this. A woman can playfully tease, making everyone laugh. But when a profound topic arises, her eyes shift, her voice slows, and she shares something deeply sincere. The man listening feels something within him move. He is surprised and curious, because she holds so much that others cannot predict. That is when his anima stirs, as she evokes something beyond his control. What is the psychological response? Empathy, attention, and sometimes a slight disorientation. The man is no longer merely attracted physically. He is drawn into your emotional journey. A woman who allows herself to live so truly in a world where everyone wears masks becomes a dangerous variable. He cannot program her, cannot predict her, and thus cannot control his own emotions around her. Emotional psychology also shows that people remember experiences with high emotional power far more than monotonous ones. If you are only pleasant, he will find you agreeable. But if you make him laugh, move him, intrigue him, and leave him slightly anxious when you're out of touch, you become an emotional anchor in his mind, a place where safe, predictable women cannot compete. A man, no matter how strong, rational, or controlled, will begin to feel pulled into an emotional state he thought himself immune to. However, emotional contrast is not chaos or volatility. It is the ordered flow of opposing emotional layers. Jung saw humans as a whole of opposites, light and dark, conscious and unconscious, masculine and feminine. When a woman allows herself to express all her opposing sides, the man interacting with her is drawn into a process of integrating his being. He is not just attracted to her, He is awakened by the primal emotions she stirs within him. In a modern world where everything is fast and predictable, a woman who brings emotions like a novel, with surprising turns on every page, keeps a man reading, afraid to miss something precious if he stops. The remarkable thing is, emotional contrast is not something you learn from dating tips. It is the natural result of a woman connecting deeply with her inner world, unafraid to go through every state, including the darker corners, and embracing them as a beautiful part of herself. When she understands she can be both a cool stream and a blazing fire, a storm and a sunrise, she no longer merely attracts, she awakens. Secret number 2, emotional self-mastery. Emotional contrast draws men in. But what makes a man unable to forget you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Perhaps we'll all gain a fresh perspective. Here we delve into the second secret, the energy of self-mastery a woman may capture through her emotional shifts. But she truly inspires lasting longing when she is complete in herself without needing a man to become her fullest version. Carl Jung once wrote, "The best thing you can do is to become who you truly are." A truly captivating woman does not need a man to feel whole, does not need love to prove her worth, does not need to be chosen to know she is deserving. She is already a complete being before anyone enters her life and will remain so after they leave. She does not stand waiting for rescue. She loves and nurtures herself every day. In modern psychology, the concept of emotional self-regulation, the ability to manage one's emotional state without relying on outside approval, is a form of mental strength few truly cultivate. Modern humans are too accustomed to seeking affirmation from phones, messages, compliments, glances, or others' attention. This often leads women to make relationships the center of their being, as if a missed text, a missed call, or an absence of "I love you" causes their entire emotional world to collapse. In contrast, a woman with emotional self-mastery can feel deeply, love passionately, and yearn intensely. Yet none of these emotions causes her to lose her center. She still goes to the gym on schedule. She completes her projects. She meets friends, reads books, and learns a new language. She finds joy in her own life. And this energy, non-clinging, non-needy, non-begging, is what makes men want to stay. Jung explains this through the concept of individuation, the process of becoming one's true self. He believed that only by stepping away from imposed societal roles and delving into one's authentic being can a person achieve psychological maturity. A woman who enters love before individuation, before knowing who she is, what she needs, what she fears, or what she values, risks losing herself in the other's presence. Every word, action, appearance, or absence of a man directly affects her emotions as if her heart lies in someone else's hands. Conversely, a woman who has individuated, who knows exactly who she is, does not offer her heart as a condition for love. She gives love because she chooses to, not because she needs completion. She is not swayed by promises, does not cling to relationships. She lives within a relationship but is not consumed by it. She can love deeply, but if the other turns away, she does not crumble. She hurts but does not break. She grieves but stands firm. Her center has never been external. Behavioral psychology shows that people value what is scarce and hard to attain. Emotional self-mastery is the rarest, most precious scarcity in matters of the heart. A woman who waits eagerly for texts, sacrifices her time, or drops everything to meet a man the moment he asks, "Are you free?" will not be valued as much as the woman who responds, "I'm busy, but we can arrange to meet this weekend." That response is not cold, and men, though they may not say it, feel the difference in every part of their being. Self-mastery is not just attractive, it is protective. It shields you from half-hearted relationships, from those who are unworthy, and from giving too much too soon. A woman who can say no, who can walk away, who can reject unworthy love, creates a lasting, profound allure. She attracts mature, serious men who recognize her worth and yearn to keep her. But when a woman is already whole, standing firm in her world, what makes a man not only respect her, but want to explore her deeper, longer? What sustains attraction, even when the novelty fades? Could it be the very thing the mind cannot analyze, yet the heart endlessly seeks? Mystery. And true mystery lies not in what you say, but in the space you leave. Secret number 3, mystery and the allure of space. Here we are not talking about mystery as acting aloof to spark curiosity or delaying text replies to seem valuable. Such tactics only scratch the surface, enticing for a few weeks before fading. What truly captivates a man is the space left unfilled by words, unexplained by reason, and irresistible to logic. Carl Jung called this the phenomenon of projection, psychological projection. When a man does not fully understand you, cannot decode you or see all of you, he is not confined by reality. He fills your image with his imagination. Thus, you become not just you, but a symbol, an enigma, a reflection of a part of his soul he cannot yet name. This explains why many men admit, "I don't know why I keep thinking about her." There's nothing particularly striking in appearance, nothing explosive in conversation, but the ambiguity, the unhurried pace, the refusal to reveal everything, it lingers, urging him to know more, pulling him in. When all questions are answered, all pieces fit perfectly, curiosity dies. And when curiosity dies, desire follows. You don't need to keep secrets to be mysterious. You simply avoid giving everything too soon. Refrain from telling your entire life story just because someone asks, and don't become an open book anyone can flip to the last page after one conversation. True mystery lies not in hiding, but in saving your sacred parts for the right moment, the right person, the right emotional depth. Consider a practical example. A man you're getting to know asks about your past relationships. You respond gently, "That's a personal part of my life I share only when I feel safe and we're closer." This is a wise response, not revealing much, yet showing depth. You don't fill the conversation with private stories, leaving space for his imagination and emotions to engage. In behavioral psychology, the Zeigarnik effect shows that people remember incomplete, unresolved experiences far more than finished ones. The less clear it is, the more he wonders, "What did she mean?" or feels there's something I haven't reached. The more his mind lingers, that is what creates obsession. A woman lacking mystery often wants everything clear from the start. This is my job, my past relationship, my life philosophy, what I like, what I hate. It seems honest and open. But if everything is laid bare immediately, a man has no reason to explore. You've given him everything before he's earned the right to know. Jung noted that mystery is something to be explored, not explained. This is true in emotional attraction. Men don't need to decode you to feel love. They need to feel you are a journey, not a destination. They need to know you have layers, depths, and spaces they long to discover, but cannot force. A truly mysterious woman doesn't do this strategically. She doesn't withdraw to be chased or stay silent to be noticed. She simply doesn't give her deepest self to fleeting connections. She doesn't hold back from playing hard to get, but because she knows the value of what remains untold. This is not emotional manipulation. It is the instinct to protect the depth of her soul from hasty consumption. And that protection is the most powerful invitation. A mature man will realize she's not easily accessible. But if one day she chooses to share more with me, it will be a gift. Those who seek only ease will leave. And that is for the best. Not everyone deserves to reach the depths within you. Secret number 4, finding joy in yourself. Even mystery is merely an alluring mist if there is no true light within you. So what makes a man not only curious about you, but eager to stay to understand, to reach deeper? It's when he senses that you don't need him to find life fascinating. You are already living in a vibrant world of your own, and he, if fortunate, is invited to step inside. There is a paradox in attraction that few understand. The more you chase, the more you lose. The less you try to capture, the more captivating you become. Jung once said, "The hardest thing to do is to accept oneself completely." When a woman achieves this, when she no longer needs others to confirm that she is interesting, beautiful, or lovable, she radiates a natural, effortless, magnetic energy that cannot be replicated, the joy of her being. Self-amusement is not a cold pretense of, "I don't need anyone." It is the quiet exhilaration of living true to your essence, whether anyone is watching or not. It's when you're cooking dinner alone, humming a song you love. It's laughing to yourself over a silly old memory. It's strolling through the city alone, truly enjoying the moment without needing to post it online or tell someone else to feel validated. A woman who knows how to make herself happy creates an aura of ease around others. She doesn't demand control or cling. She doesn't wait for someone to fill her emptiness because she is already full. When he comes, she welcomes him. When he doesn't, she continues to savor her evening, a good book, an old song, an aimless walk through the streets. She doesn't live in a state of waiting to be chosen. She chose herself long ago. Social psychology shows that people are most drawn to those who show a relaxed yet vibrant energy, an effortless state free from the need to control situations yet brimming with vitality. Self-amusement is precisely this energy. It makes others feel as though they've stepped into the world of someone living truly without needing to prove anything or seek reactions. And the wonder of it is, when you're not trying to make someone laugh, they laugh the most in your presence. Carl Jung believed nothing has a stronger influence psychologically on their children than the unlived life of the parent. The same applies to romantic relationships. Nothing captivates a man more than the energy of a woman living a life unhindered. A man may love your physical beauty, but he becomes obsessed when he thinks of you and remembers how you live. The way you burst into laughter watching a silly video. The way you dance clumsily in the kitchen to music. The way you tell a story full of passion about something small that made your day, like finding a favorite chocolate or running into an old friend at a bookstore. These things may not matter to the world, but they matter to you. And your willingness to let them matter, to live truly in those small moments, sets you apart. Self-amusement doesn't come from a perfect life. It comes from permission. Permission to enjoy the little things. Permission to fail without self-criticism. Permission to be joyful, sad, playful, or lazy without apologizing for it. Such a woman doesn't need to complicate a conversation. She simply speaks about what lights a spark in her eyes, and a man is drawn not to the content, but to the way her eyes shine when she speaks. Most importantly, self-amusement makes you less vulnerable to hurt. You don't place your entire happiness in someone else's hands. When he leaves, you don't lose your emotional self-mastery. You may feel sad, but you'll still go to work the next morning, buy flowers to place on your table, and smile because the sky is bluer today than yesterday. This continuity, uninterrupted by another's presence or absence, is what makes you free. Secret number 5, being fully present in every moment. Even the most radiant, self-driven joy cannot deeply touch another if you remain confined to your world. The question is, when you are with someone, are you truly there? Not just in words, but in a complete presence and listening, a living energy that connects, undistracted, undivided. A person who can laugh alone is living for themselves, but a person who makes another feel seen, heard and understood in every moment spent together is the one who inspires a man to stay because he feels truly present with you. And the feeling of being fully present is one of the deepest needs of the human soul, yet desperately rare in this age. Carl Jung described self-development not only as self-awareness, but as the ability to be fully present in reality. It's when you're not drifting through a conversation, not checking your phone every 5 minutes, not interrupting to talk about yourself. You are there, looking, listening, responding from depth, not reflex. Reality shows that men deeply desire to be with women who make them feel heard without being corrected. For example, when he shares about work stress or uncertainties, he isn't seeking advice. He simply wants to express himself and feel understood. If you interrupt with, "I've been there too. I think you should," you may dampen his emotions and his desire to share. Sometimes your silence is the greatest comfort you can offer. Behavioral psychology calls this empathic resonance, emotional attunement. When you are fully present without doing much, your energy naturally aligns with the other person's frequency. They feel at ease, they speak more truthfully, they share things they've never told anyone. And when someone can be their true self safely in your presence, you become the place they want to return to. Presence doesn't come from practicing communication skills. It comes from the ability to endure silence, uncertainty, and raw emotion without needing to fill the space with anything. A man may encounter many beautiful, accomplished, or charming women, but if one day he sits with a woman who, while talking, allows him to feel he doesn't need to try to be interesting, doesn't need to keep the mood light, doesn't need to prove himself, he will feel safe on a level deeper than physical or romantic attraction. That level of connection cannot be created through technique, only through pure presence. In healing therapies, it's been found that the presence of a grounded person has more power than any pill or analysis because the wounded don't need to be explained. They need someone to stay with them without making them feel wrong for being sad. And men, however strong they appear, need this more than they admit. A woman who is truly present is not just a partner, she is an anchor no one names, but everyone feels. Secret number 6, strategic scarcity. When a woman is fully present in each moment, she makes the other person feel seen, heard, and alive. But what happens when the man leaves that moment? The question isn't about when you're present, but the feeling after you're gone. And here one of the most powerful principles of attraction comes into play: strategic scarcity. What makes people yearn is not what they always have, but what they can touch yet never fully possess. In psychology, this is the scarcity bias, the tendency to value what is rare, unstable, or uncertain. Jung said, "The pendulum of the mind swings between sense and nonsense, not between right and wrong." And people are most drawn not to what is rational, but to what makes their minds waver, wonder, and imagine. That's why an unpredictable woman is often the one a man remembers longest. Strategic scarcity is not a manipulative game of ignoring him to make him want you. It is about not making your presence an absolute certainty. It's about not always being available, not always predictable, not letting your life revolve around someone's texts, calls, or schedules. If you're always there when he needs you, always agree when he asks you out, always reply instantly when he messages, your presence, however loving, becomes expected, and predictability is the opposite of attraction. Picture this in real life, something you may have done yourself. After a stressful week of work and a packed schedule, you treat yourself to a weekend morning of yoga, coffee with friends, and reading a few pages of a book. Your phone buzzes. A message from the man you're dating. "What are you up to? Want to meet this morning?" You might miss him, but instead of dropping your plans, you respond honestly yet gently.